everybody, it's Scarlet Pete, Self-Sufficiency, and you join me at my knitting machine. I'm going to teach you today, what shall I teach you? Well, it's going to be a cast on, so we shall do a plain hem cast on. I think that will be it. Let's start. So first of all, we're going to do a quick weaving cast on, and if you want to know how to do that, please check out in some of my earlier tutorials. So the weaving cast on basically is lifting up my weaving levers, laying the yarn across every second needle and going across. Whipped through that a bit quick, didn't I? That's because you're going to go look for it if you want to know how to do it in my other videos. So I'm knitting some waste yarn. That's what I've just done. Just like that. And I am going to put in the, where is it? My nylon ravel cord, which I'm going to have to find. Here it is. As I showed you in one of my earlier videos, this is one of the ways you can keep your nylon cord safe. On a brush, wrapped around it. So why are we going to use a nylon cord? Why is it nylon? Why is it like this, unbreakable? Because you're going to pull it, and you're going to pull it out of the knitting afterwards. Right, let's see. I'm going to do one row, and I'm threaded the nylon cord in, and I'm pretending I am the tension mass. So I am holding it carefully with this hand and letting it knit through. Just once. One row. Now we have the nylon cord here. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you. You see it's knitted in. And now I'm going to put in the colour that the garment's going to be knitted with, which is green. And I'm going to knit 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And while I was knitting, I did hold those edges just down with my thumbs a little bit to make sure they were out of the way. Now, can you see here the nylon cord? This is what's going to help us get rid of this waste yarn in one swift manoeuvre. This edge I'm creating, this welt or folded up edge, needs a folding line. So I've done 10 rows at the tension of my welt. I'm going to do one row now, very, very loose, on tension dial 10. I'm going to go back and select, where's my carriage, so you can see it there, tension dial 5, which is what I knitted the welt with. I'm going to knit another 10 rows. 10 rows, ta-da! Now I'm going to need a tool. We can use 1 prong, 3 prong, or we could use the multi-prong, depending on how experienced you are. And what we're going to do, you see the folding line there? Just right in the middle of the work here. What we're going to do is look at this bottom yarn here. We don't want to pick up the purple, but we want to pick up the very bottom of the green stitches. We don't want to pick up the nylon cord, so let's just flick that first bit of nylon cord out of the way by just loosening it off, unhooking it a little bit. And that will show you the first green stitch. Can you see? And what I'm going to do is poke from here through the prong. We'll call it, it's a prong. And then we're going to pull it and put it onto the needle. So as we do it, we put a finger down between the work on the fold. Our thumb's going to go on the waste yarn and just roll it, just like that, so we can expose the stitches that we want. So there's my next stitch, a green one. All the green ones. Now when you're picking them up, be careful not to pick up and split it. Be careful not to pick up the purple as well. And be careful not to pick up 2 of the green. When you can do it with 1 easily, try doing it with 3. Just like that. And when you can do it with 3 easily, try doing it with the multiple prong. Just like that. And then right at the end here, we're always going to be 1 stitch short because you've picked up either side of the bottom stitches. So let's pick up the last one that's there that we can see. Oops, don't want the purple. And then we're going to create a stitch from the side, picking up just a piece of the edge of the green. Now we have 2 stitches on the needles, and this is the point we're going to pull out our nylon cord. So this is the smallest end over here, and this is the longest end, this end. So I'm going to hold it between my fingers and pull in a straight line, carrying on towards the bed as I do it, towards the bed, and I'm going to pull the cord out. You see it coming? It's out. There's no cord in now. So that cord line was the bits that was holding the waste yarn on. So now I should be able to just peel the waste yarn away. You see the waste yarn there? It's no longer attached to the knitting. And just pull it out of the way. Just like that. So now we have, just double check, we have 2 stitches on every needle. They're pulled all the way out. You don't have to do anything other than that. And here's a little cheat. We've got an end here that we would have to stitch in by hand. What I'm going to do is put it wrapped over every second needle in one direction. And then I'm going to weave it back on the empty needle that I haven't caught it on, all the way across the work. There we go. And then I'm going to just hold it down gently, holding this down as well, put my main knitting tension on, because generally the welt would have been a bit looser, so I'm going to put it on number 6 to knit with, and I'm going to carefully knit 1 row across. There we go. Now this end now is stitched in. That can actually be cut off. We have a lovely fold line on the bottom, the crease, and we have the welt, and I'm going to thread through here. You might want to have a piece of dowling specially for this, that you thread through, and you can pull to stretch up nicely and create a nice welt. That's now stretched. I'm going to take it off the machine for you to see. Whoops, I've just got that around my brushes. I felt it dig in, so I just stopped. You see? Just got that caught around. So before it went all the way around, I'll just untangle it. Take the work off the machine. We have a perfect little hem. Now these hems can be used on the bottom of the cuffs, on the top of pockets, on the edge of cardigans, anywhere you want. But I always used to, when I was doing my designer knitwear, I would have a folded line like this, quite a small one, maybe 3-4 rows each side of the fold line, and I would tuck that into the seam in the sleeve top. Makes quite a nice finish. If you're interested in how to do that, just let me know in the comments and I'll show you what I'm on about. I hope that helps you. That's another interesting cast on and welt. The next videos series now is going to be moving along onto, let's see, interesting welts other than using a ribber. So a rib is the boring, stretchy, nice bottom to a jumper. But there's lots of things we can do still on our standard gauge machine. So join me next time to see how we do that. Please like, subscribe and give me a comment so I know you're there. And give me a share too. Lots of love. See you soon. Check out my Facebook page, Machine Knitting Newbies on Facebook. Scarlet Pete's Machine Knitting Newbies. Bye.